is the Folksy Friend, and on this channel I talk about stories, in particular folk beliefs, folk tales, and mythologies. Today we are talking about Greek mythology. This is the story of Arachne, to whom we owe our names for the class Arachnida and the common fear arachnophobia. Before we start, here are the trigger warnings for this story. Arachne was a young woman, possibly from Lydia, who was so skilled at weaving that she caught the attention of Athena, the goddess of war, wisdom, and crafting. Now, it is rarely a good thing to catch the eye of any gods in Greek mythology. Athena is the goddess of wisdom, and she does have a pretty good track record when it comes to humans, unless you ask Medusa. However, no matter how wise or reasonable a god is, there is one thing they cannot and will not stand for, and that is hubris. Hubris is an excessive self-pride, to the point that it's dangerous to your well-being. As we say, pride goeth before a fall. Just ask Icarus. In most versions of her story, it is Arachne's hubris that catches Athena's attention. Arachne boasts that her skill at weaving is the best in all the world, even better than Athena herself. In Ovid's version of this story, Athena turns herself into an old lady and tries to warn Arachne to watch her mouth, that, you never know when the gods are listening. But Arachne doesn't listen, and eventually Athena reveals herself to be Athena and challenges the young woman to a contest of skill. In the contest of skill, both Athena and Arachne have to weave 4 scenes that depict the gods into a tapestry. Athena weaves 4 scenes of the gods punishing humans for hubris, which is a pretty clear warning to Arachne to, watch where you step. But either Arachne doesn't get the message, or maybe she does and decides to go for it anyway, because what she weaves are 4 scenes of the gods abusing humans or punishing them unjustly. She is clearly trying to point out some of the hypocrisy of the gods and their punishments. Now, with the tapestries woven and each woman's points made, this is where the stories do start to deviate. As a myth, there are many versions of the same story, and I'll go over the most prominent ones. In one version, Athena's work is better than Arachne's, and therefore Arachne loses the challenge, and she is no longer able to weave again. She vows to give it up, but she is completely distraught. And out of pity, Athena changes her into a spider so that she can continue to weave for the rest of her life. Interestingly, in all other versions, it is actually Arachne who is more skilled. It's unusual for a human to be more skilled than a god. And Athena's pretty upset, not to mention the subject matter that Arachne chose. It really did not help the situation. According to Ovid, Minerva, who is Athena's Roman self, becomes overwhelmed with rage and physically attacks Arachne before turning her into a spider as punishment, forced to weave forever. So graceful, isn't he? In other versions, Athena's anger causes great shame for Arachne, either because it's not okay to insult a goddess, or Athena herself puts feelings of shame into Arachne to torment her. In some cases, Athena beats her up, and that's what causes the shame. No matter the reason, the shame is unbearable, and Arachne hangs herself. With Arachne no longer alive, Athena feels pity, and she brings the young girl back to life as a spider, with the noose becoming her first web. And that is the story of Arachne. I don't know if I can say I hope you enjoyed it. It's not a happy story necessarily, but I hope it was interesting. Please leave a like, let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you soon for another story.